good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe! Hey and welcome today. Today joined by me, Daniel, and welcome to my channel. Welcome to this video stream that I have put in together. Whether you watch this live or have watched it on YouTube, I do appreciate you coming in and checking out this video. As you can see, I am painting part of my page of my book. So this book is a book that I've been working on for quite some time. Probably about nearly 2 years in the making somewhat. I have had breaks, I've had things on. Obviously I can only work about an hour and a half a night depending on things, and some days are busy, other days are not, so it just depends how things go. And with that hour and a half, sometimes I have other things I've got to do, and I get sidetracked and do other stuff as well. So it's not always an hour and a half painting, but I do try my best to get about an hour and a half today, or every day in around about. Some days I do get 3 or 4 hours or a little bit more if I'm lucky. Sometimes I get a full day, it just depends. But yeah, welcome to my channel. This is a stream that I'm creating today. In this stream, I'll be talking to you how to consistently grow as an artist. So this is kind of a topic I have touched on in many videos before. I have something, how to keep growing as an artist, kind of a video, or how to keep learning, growing, kind of a video, but this is a little bit different. This is, how to constantly grow and why it's, so important to keep growing as an artist or even a YouTuber, a creator, to keep growing, creating, good things, get better at creating stuff, and if you can, faster, I suppose, to create more stuff. Yeah, we all as an artist want to improve and create bigger and better things, Um, it started for me, I started off wanting just to create one awesome drawing or one awesome painting. And then, it's slowly progressing into wanting to create like a series of characters. And then, now I'm slowly building my way up to wanting to create like a series of books. You get onto bigger and better projects. Now those might not be necessarily bigger, for instance, the next painting might not be as big as um the one you are now or something like that physically, but it might be way better. Bigger could be in any context really. Bigger as in for a studio, bigger, or bigger as in for say, the top studio out there in the world, or like bigger and better things. We all want to, um, when you create something, you always want to create something better. Yeah. And yeah, improve yourself as an artist as we go. Some artists may differ and just want to obviously just have fun, but even then, you learn in the process of, having fun. You learn new things if you just have fun playing around and, say, painting cats and dogs and things like that, or whatever you like. Maybe it's landscapes, or maybe it's drawing. You go out and draw birds and animals and things. You start learning, regardless of if you want to or not, and you slowly improve anyway, just by doing it, keeping on creating, having fun while doing it. So we all do learn and grow as artists, and learning can be really fun, but it's not for everyone. Obviously, it's not everyone kind of enjoys learning and creating. Um, in science terms, our brains don't want to learn. They go against kind of learning, so they fight against learning things slowly. But you can make it fun. Um, but it is important for growing as an artist. It is important to learn and keep growing as an artist so that you can push forward and pursue what you want to do, or just get better, want to, create things out of your head. You might, if you're just having fun, it's good to learn and grow so that you can communicate what you want to communicate. Um, that's in your head without getting too frustrated. Growing and learning new things can help get those things that you want to paint and create. It can help you do that. Even if you're only doing fan art, you'll learn how to paint it better and how to create it better. Um, and there it is. It's good to have fun and grow naturally and those kinds of things, and maybe go to design school, or art school, or whatever school, or online courses as well. It's really good to go do those things, which less can be for some people not as fun. It's a hit and miss for some people. Some people really enjoy being at a school, um, or doing online courses. Some people really enjoy that type of learning, and there are differences, obviously, and people enjoy it. Some people don't. Some people really don't enjoy being taught by others. Some people enjoy learning by themselves a little bit more. But it's always good to at least, try these things and learn. And it is important to keep growing, to keep bettering yourself so you can, yeah, pursue your goals or what you want to get better at art, or get a career in art, or whatever you want to do with it, with illustration, with creativity, with your YouTube channel, whatever you're doing. And I think there are keys, there are, important keys, a few important keys to keep growing and learning as an artist. Today I'm going to name five. I'm going to go through these five and discuss with you them, the importance of them, how they may have kind of played a part in my learning process and what I'm keeping on learning, keeping on growing. Yeah, so these five keys I will go over. So the first one is keep learning fun. Don't make it a chore. If kind of you force yourself to learn, it can be less really tiring, and it just feels like a chore. You don't really like it. It's like back at school where you had to do your homework that you just didn't like, say for instance maybe your math homework. Not for me, but for or some odd times I didn't like my math homework, but forcing yourself to learn stuff you don't really want to know or don't really care about that much, and are just learning it for the sake of you have to pass school, or you have to get these credits, or the sake of um, just because you feel like you have to learn it, that kind of feeling that, oh, I have to learn this, therefore I have to force myself to learn this thing. For instance, like, anatomy or something like that. For me, I just did not like anatomy, and, I'd kind of just make it a chore and that kind of thing, and it was not good to kind of make it a chore. Um, you got to make it fun for yourself. If it's something you have to learn, like say anatomy, and you don't really like it, you have to tackle it and find ways to kind of make it less like a chore. Not necessarily make it the funnest thing in the world. It's obviously, for some people, anatomy is not the funnest thing to learn. Same with like landscape, drawing landscapes. or drawing animals, or drawing, some people don't like drawing animals, some artists don't like drawing this and that. So it's less fun for them, it's not fun at all, or something like that. But you gotta find ways to make it fun, to learn it without kind of making it daunting for yourself. So I think I did that to begin with. It was like this big thing that I was like, I didn't like it, so I avoided. Kind of like when I was learning about lines and just using rulers to draw lines, it was really daunting, like doing all the measurements. I just wanted a freehand draw. Um, and I had to learn it because of a school I was getting past. I had to get my credits in that. And, so I had to kind of tackle it with, a grain of salt. I had to learn to kind of not be so afraid of it, not be so um, uptight when I draw it, I guess. Like, you gotta find a way to have fun. I didn't like it, but, I didn't make it a chore like I have to do it. Um, just like, I do it when, I feel the need to, and I can get it done and just get by it and make it fun by maybe using kind of that knowledge. When you learn something new in math or English, or you learn a new cooking skill like cooking, and you use it for everything. It's kind of that thing. You learn this new interesting fact. You don't really want to learn it, but you learn it, and then you kind of use it for everything. Like maybe using spheres to draw heads. And then you use it to draw, landscapes, and everything. You start seeing it and drawing it and everything. So just try and make it fun somehow. Make a game out of it. Um, create some interesting stuff. When I was kind of doing that, I didn't really like lines. I was in my kind of spare time, I was having fun with it, doing it freehandly, and kind of seeing if I can play around with using the lines without having to kind of use a ruler and measurements and try to guess measurements, and that kind of thing was a bit fun for me. Obviously, everyone has their own taste, so you may really love delving into, um, you know, delving into anatomy or landscapes, but you might not like drawing circles, or you might really like drawing lines and using measurements and all those fancy tools and things like that, but you don't like just freehand doing stuff. So each show them what they learn, and yeah, some things you need to learn aren't fun, obviously. Like I said, the anatomy thing might not be fun, but you find ways to make it fun. There are heaps of YouTube videos out there that uh, show it in a fun way, like Proco.com or Proco YouTube channel. They have an interesting, fun way to kind of go through the anatomy without making it completely boring. So sometimes you gotta find some fun, interesting content rather than, like say, flicking through say, 100-page anatomy book might be really, really boring, but watching YouTube videos about anatomy and how to draw anatomy might be fun for you. And so, that's how you can make it fun by watching these videos. There might be some interesting online anatomy um, artists that, you know, show a lot of interesting, fun ways to do things that you can't find in books. But then again, you might find that boy, you might find the online YouTube anatomy stuff really daunting, and you really like the books, hitting the books and flicking through the books. Make it fun for you. Not everything you learn is going to be fun, um, but it's important to learn and keep learning new things. And yeah, if if you can't make it fun, obviously try another way to learn it. Um, for some people, some things like say anatomy or landscapes, obviously, like I keep saying, it might not be fun. But there's other ways you can learn it by maybe creating your own characters might be more exciting for you, or creating fan art might be really exciting for you. So do it that way, draw human fan art, something a bit more interesting, if you're interested in doing kind of more imaginized um, animals and creatures, you could look at something like Star Wars and draw some of the Star Wars um, universe, or create your own Star Wars character. Make it fun, make it interesting. You don't have to learn it um, by just reading the books and doing it that way. You can learn by actually trialing things out and having fun drawing creatures and characters while you slowly learn the anatomy while you're doing it, kind of a thing. So it can be fun that way. It's good to kind of have an approach with both things. Just trial it and error it. Read books, watch YouTube videos. Um, there are some really interesting, cool ways to do it. There's this I can't remember his name, but he creates this book where you draw something from reference, and then you draw it without reference, and you draw it with reference, you draw it without reference, and you keep going in that process. Um, and also you got different times. You got 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes that you do it. That I found interesting and fun to do to learn my anatomy. I did that. I pretty much did most of his book. I think I would like to do it again and again, but we'll see how we go with that. But that's an interesting, fun way that I found to learn how to draw anatomy and those kind of things. Yeah. Next is number two. So first is keep learning fun. Don't make it a chore. And two is stay on your lane. Um, Now, not necessarily saying that, if you're, say, a 3D artist, only do 3D art. I'm not saying that. Um, I'm saying you grow at your own rate. Don't, don't suddenly try and be on someone else's lane. Basically, stay on your lane. Don't go to anyone else's lane. You are on your own lane. You're on your own journey. Um, you know, So make it that way, don't worry about if it takes you 5 years to learn anatomy, or 5 years to um, get good at art. Just keep going and making sure you are pushing forward as much as you can, without obviously over tiring yourself. You are on your own lane. You learn at your own pace, not anyone else's pace. There are heaps of amazing people out there that do, get really good at art in a year or two, um, or even sometimes like 6 months, or, they get really, really good. So, you are on your own lane. Don't worry about those guys, you can obviously look at their mottos and how they got to that stage, how they got themselves that good that quickly. You can look at that um, and see what you can do in your kind of journey to get better, um, and kind of follow their method if you want, but you are on your own lane. And also, you kind of know what works best for you. You're on your own lane. Not everyone can kind of dedicate 24/7 hours to painting. You have other things to worry about, like life and, and those kind of things. it's not an excuse, it's not like, um, I have life therefore I can't learn art, you gotta not make so much excuses. But you're on your own lane. You don't have to worry if it takes you so long to learn something. Um, you may be someone that learns something really fast, though, or you may be someone that really takes note and learns something, but you might learn it like really, really good. Like you might learn it once or something, or like, study it for 6 months straight and get really, really good at that thing, like drawing humans or drawing eyebrows or drawing whiskers or these little things. There might be something in that you do really, really well. Um, you know, so learning your own way, you might pick that up, but you don't have to ever study it, kind of a thing again, because you know it too well. So there is that. So stay on your lane. Find milestones with that. So staying on your lane, find your milestones. These can be things like, for beginners, it's your kind of first painting, and then your first really good painting, and then your first, you know, biggest painting that you've done before, then, your first children's book, and then your first portfolio. You do these little milestones, and you watch over them. Um, you can kind of compare them to other artists if you like, but don't be too hard on yourself with that. Yeah, obviously I keep saying in your own lane. So just keep going. As long as you're going forward, it's fine. And this whole, 10,000 hours thing, um, to get good, it's kind of, it was like a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, that everyone was like, do your 10,000 hours and that will get you, to this master level. Um, but in reality, some people take longer, than that. And also, it may be 10,000 hours, but is it 10,000 hours of actually doing the same thing over and over again? Or is it 10,000 hours of doing different things, So you're only getting better at kind of bits here and there, or yeah. But it's they say 10,000 hours, but it is what it is. If you've only got like an hour and a half a night, or an hour a day, or half an hour a day, you're on your own lane, so you can only do as much as you can do. Um, and there's also limits with that. You could find a way to have more time creating stuff, on weekends and those other things. Um, you may need a bit of a break after learning a little bit, So you're on your own lane. Some people can really get away, like for instance with like Daniel Ariega. He watching videos and stuff. I learned that he actually, he studied, during the day, and then he still had work to do after studying till like 10 p.m. at night, and then he had to repeat the whole day again, So, he had a whole day of painting and learning, wanting to be, a painter, and then he had to go to a train to work to come home to his family, So, and that was for 2 or 3 years. So, yeah, it gets really, they're really dedicated, and yeah, it's not everyone can do that, within the first week. Um, you know, some people would be falling asleep on buses and falling asleep at work, and all those kind of things that can go on. So it can not be for everyone. Not everyone can fully dedicate themselves to painting and creating stuff. You just gotta kind of at your own rate dedicate what you can. Not you can dedicate as much as you want. But not going overboard that you're starving, just kind of eating 2 minute noodles. If you do need to eat 2 minute noodles to survive, do that, but you're not gonna hold up forever, kind of living off just 2 minute noodles and sleeping for only like 3 hours a day and those kind of things. Everyone's on their own lane, so stay on your lane. Know what's good for your body. It's important to keep your health alive. You know what's important. And obviously, as teenagers, some teenagers can do that where they only sleep for 3 hours, eat 2 minute noodles, and do a lot of learning, a lot of painting. But that won't hold up forever, so you gotta, just, I kind of feel like you need a master plan with that. Anyway, always trying something new. So, first key is keep learning fun. Don't make it a chore. Second is stay on your lane. As I said, you are on your own lane, you're on your own journey. Try something new. Always. Number three is, yeah, try something new. Always try to try new things. You never know what kind of food you're gonna like growing up, and you never know till you try. So, for me, I know I don't like, beetroot and but if I didn't try it, I wouldn't know if I liked it or not. And it's the same for art. You don't know if you like it or not. You just trial it. It's good to try things, paint something completely different every now and again, even if it's just for fun, just trial something new and fun, whether, it's maybe you a traditional kind of 2D painter, try 3D sculpting or 3D um, ZBrush or whatever it is, just try something new every now and again. Or if I'm not saying you have to go out of your way and you may be wanting to stick to painting traditionally and say watercolor or gouache or something like that. But you could try something completely different still, like try a different set of paints or a different set of paintbrushes or a different type of canvas or a different way to paint. You could paint with say a palette knife versus a brush or all sorts of ways you could try new things because it's great on learning. If you keep doing the same thing over and over again, it's like you're a one trick pony basically. You're just doing a good thing over and over again, and it's good because you get really really good at it, but it's the only thing and don't just stick to it. Say if you always do fluffy creatures or you always do lizards or you always do environments, switch it up every now and again and trial doing characters. It may be a thing that you don't like it, but trial it for a little bit. You might be totally against it, and then one thing leads to another. You are a character designer. You start off landscape designer. You don't like um, doing characters, and then you trial doing some characters for a little bit, and you end up a character designer. There's no bad and right and wrong with that. You just trial new things because it can help you. For me, I really was adamant I wanted to do color pencil. Got really good at color pencil, and now, I'm doing digital painting. I tried digital painting for a little bit, and now here I am doing digital painting all the time now. Um, and it's been really good. I quite enjoy it. It gives me I can get it done because if I kept on my traditional route, it would be really, really challenging to get anything really done with color pencil, because with color pencil I have to kind of set up first and you know get everything done that I needed done, and then continue color painting. And at night also I need a bright light against me, to do it. So it's really challenging. I don't have the daytime, only at the nighttime really to do some stuff. So unfortunately, at the moment, that's the way it is, But I'm enjoying it, and I try new things as well. If I do feel like doing another color pencil work, I might one day open one up. I also do, for years. I've been doing like daily sketches. I gave that up for a little bit. Then I did Inktober a few years, and I did an art station challenge, which was cool to do something different. And yeah, I learned a lot from that. How to kind of design characters. Um, Learning a lot from seeing other people's posts on that. It was good with the art station challenge or something different. I don't do it all the time. Seeing other people's works really helped me the most, because it's like, well, how did they approach it? I think I would have done it differently if I saw their approaches first and then, did the challenge. But now I know other ways around it, other ways of doing it. I at the moment don't have time to do a challenge like that, but one day when I do decide I do have the time, when the kind of this book's finished, I might be able to do one of those art challenges and try something different. Maybe I might do like 3D. I'm not too sure, but it can help because 3D can help your traditional work, because you start to learn how maybe a character looks in 3D. Therefore, you can draw or picture or draw it better because you've seen what it kind of looks like in 3D, or understand a little bit more what it'll look like at that angle, what it'll look like at this angle. Um, yeah. So yes, three is try something new. Um, do 90-minute challenge is another thing that's really cool. I'm thinking this year for the Christmas streams, um, I'm gonna be doing pretty much two 90-minute challenges. So with Bobby Chiu, he's got this 90-minute challenge he created where you paint something for 90 minutes. And then you kind of hashtag it on Instagram, all that stuff. But yeah, you can create we will paint something, one of his images usually, for 90 minutes. And you do that every week or something. That's what he's doing at the moment. Um, but I'm going to kind of do my own just for a little bit. Basically, I'm going to be doing a Christmas painting. I'm going to be painting a just a Christmas painting. I'm not sure what yet. I'm trying to find it and draw that for 90 minutes. And then I'm going to do kind of a rough sketch, kind of based on that kind of Christmas theme. And then, once I've got a kind of a rough sketch drawing idea, I'm going to spend 90 minutes drawing an image with the same kind of colors as that painting that I did for 90 minutes, again for 90 minutes. So I'm going to have a longer stream that day. I'm going to have a 90-minute Christmas stream. So it's going to be interesting too. I haven't done a stream. I think I've done a stream about an hour and 20 minutes at the max. But a whole 90 minutes, yeah, it's going to be challenging too, trying to paint and draw at the same time. Something different, trialing and having fun. That's always an interesting way to do things. Um, and trying something new. Yeah, so four is watch others grow. Um, for instance, like with my art station challenge, just seeing other artists posted there and seeing their ideas and how they progressed in creating their characters was really cool. You know, you can see some of them um, have been doing this kind of thing for a long time. You can see others haven't been doing it for so long, but you can see kind of their process and it worked out well for them, you know, and they got really good. So it's always good to watch others grow, to see either other artists you admire or maybe buddies, art friends, friends in general. It's great to kind of build a community as well. You know, if you got Discord, you can kind of get some friends and stuff together on a Discord and just chit chat about your art and things like that. Um, or join an art group. There's heaps of art groups and join and grow together. You know, share your artworks with other artists. Um, and comment on other people's, you know, artworks. Same with, you know, YouTube, seeing their YouTube channels grow and you know, commenting and watching their videos and those kind of things. It's just, you know, it's always good to kind of be part of the community and grow with others, not just yourself. It's not just all about you growing. You know, it's good to kind of give some feedback every now and again on other artists' work or receive some feedback or um, share and also let others share with you. So yeah, watching others grow that can really help you grow as well. Whether you know it's kind of artists that you've been watching for years and years on end, or artists that maybe grew up with you or you know you studied with, see what they're doing and those kind of things. It's always good to see them grow. Watching them grow, it can help you grow as well because you feel um, happy that they're doing well, that you can be like, oh, what did you do better, you know, and those kind of things. It can help you grow. It's just watching other artists grow can really help you in your process of, you know, keeping yourself growing and learning. It's great to see that. Um, and number five, all these aren't in any order, as I say. Like last week, I did a topic and I had five keys. They're not in any order. It's just the way I kind of write it. They are all as important as each other. So, you know, number one is keep learning fun, don't make it chore. Two, stay on your lane. Three, try something new. Four, watch others grow. And five is always be encouraging to you and others. So, you know, it's always be encouraging to yourself. That's kind of important. It's good to keep yourself motivated. Try not to discourage yourself, basically. Um, Obviously, don't be, kind of a twat. Don't kind of, how do I say it? Don't, you know, if you draw something bad, I guess, don't be like, this is really good, you know, this is my best work ever. Um, but still keep yourself encouraged, you know, don't be like, this is my best work ever. Um, and it's like a really bad drawing and your perspective's off and um, your lighting's wrong, you know, all these things are wrong. You know, just trying to um, don't be, you know, a bit too encouraged, but you know, keep yourself encouraged, keep yourself happy, don't discourage yourself. And same with others, you know, if it feels good encouraging others to get better and encouraging them, saying you know that's quite a nice piece of work. You know, um, have you tried this, that? You know, encouraging them, not being like that's a bad piece of work. The lighting's off, blah 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 blah. You know, and absolutely just you know making them feel bad. but encouraging them, just being like, well, that's good, but have you thought about the maybe you might need to work a little bit on lighting, and encouraging them on ways to learn about it. And you can do the same with yourself, um, if you're like, oh, I painted this piece, I think my perspective's off, so encourage yourself to be like, well, maybe I need to learn a bit about encouraging. So encourage yourself to learn that you what you want to know, what you need to know. Don't disencourage yourself and be like, oh, I draw an aspect really really bad, therefore I'm never gonna learn it, um, and I'm not gonna learn it, and it gets you discouraged, and you don't get anywhere. So that's always good, and encouraging others, it is really helpful for you because you can encourage others and give people some points and try and encourage them to get better and all those kinds of things. It goes hand in hand with watching others grow. But yes, encouraging others can help you encourage yourself as well, because you might see something they're doing wrong, and it might be like, well, I'm not too shabby in that kind of field or backgrounds, that kind of thing. Maybe I should, encourage myself to give that a go. And you get disencouraged by some people sometimes, and those kind of things. They might have a bad comment, um, or they might, maybe they say it in the wrong way and they discourage you. You have to put it to one side and just keep going, keep encouraging yourself to get better. Um, it does, especially if you've got a long journey, like 2 or 3 years, or longer. Well, most artists do. For a lifetime, usually, a lifetime journey, usually we have. Um, it's always challenging to keep yourself encouraged to keep on going. Especially, sometimes it does feel like you're going nowhere. You might, um, you've been drawing and learning for 3 months, but you haven't kind of produced any good work for the last like month or so. You know, it might feel like that sometimes, but you just gotta keep going and be like, well, what have I learned? What have I created? And keep going and just look at what you've done and what you've achieved, and keep you encouraged. Keep yourself encouraged and keep others encouraged that way. Um, and yeah. So, that's been my YouTube video about how to constantly grow as an artist. How to keep learning and growing, Um, and I went over the 5 keys: keep learning fun, stay on your lane, try something new, watch others grow, and always be encouraging. So hopefully those 5 keys help you along your journey, and you do keep learning, keep growing, and creating as artists. And if you're watching this, as a YouTuber, or as a just a creator in general, whether this applies to everything really. To keep growing, to keep learning. Um, Let me know down in the comments if you have anything else to say. I'd appreciate it. There's another thing, with YouTube, with not getting so many views or so many comments, or same with Instagram. I'm still, it doesn't discourage me. I enjoy it. There's so many things going on with YouTube. YouTube put in like a new system not too long ago where ads are playing everywhere now on YouTube, where it's forcing people earning money off YouTube, not earning so much money, and those kind of things. So it's challenging, and it's like, oh, um, but I'm not in doing this YouTube thing for the money. Um, it would be great, but I'm not 100% in it for the money. I'm in this kind of thing because I really enjoy it. I enjoy creating these videos. It encourages me to keep painting and keep going. So that's, a big key for me, um, is to keep this channel up, because it does um, give me some returns, I guess. So yeah, everyone, keep having fun learning, keep creating, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.